and bring in now NewsNation Law and Justice contributor, former FBI special agent Jennifer Coffindaffer to talk strategy really around this manhunt. Jennifer, thanks for joining us tonight. We heard Mills there talking about the conditions, how rough the terrain is there. How difficult is that for investigators? Where do they go from here?
Oh, this makes it so difficult. I mean, you're not only talking about foliage and issues with being able to visualize things in that forest, you're also having trouble with plants and animals and other things that make it just so dangerous to actually go look. I've been on these manhunts, and it is so difficult and taxing.
And we've talked about, too, that part of the resources that they have out there, they've got bloodhounds on the ground. They are searching for his scent. I was reading an article earlier. It said that there was a bloodhound that picked up Grant Hardin's scent, but then lost it because of the heavy rain. How do you deal with that? What's next when that happens?
Well, it's so difficult. And remember, this is somebody with law enforcement background, and he worked in a kitchen. He knows things like black pepper can be very difficult for a bloodhound to get past and things like that. Also, with this torrential rain, I think that really has put law enforcement behind. When you look at, as an example, the Olympic Park bomber, he evaded police for 5 years, and the FBI had untold resources on that. Cavalcante, another one, 2 weeks out. This is the perfect place for someone to get lost.
And the impact, too, I have to imagine, his former career as a police chief is sort of playing into all of this, right? What impact does his past have on his ability to evade law enforcement now?
He really understands the different tools they have. He understands drones. And listen, Brooke, I really believe this was very well planned out. I mean, he might even know where a particular shack or something is there. They really need to keep looking at this from an intelligence standpoint. Who all did he talk to on that phone? Who all did he have intersection with that helped him get out and that might have helped him stash something where he's been able to avoid this long?
Certainly a lot of layers, a lot of challenges for investigators there. I also want to ask you, while I have you, about that jailbreak in New Orleans earlier this month. We're staying on top of that one as well. 2 inmates still on the run there. Where does that search stand?
Well, they have had so much help, and now people, their heads are rolling. We have a sister that's been arrested, a girlfriend that they have a warrant for. I mean, they are using, it is believed, disguises. I recently saw a picture of one. One has the rooks on his face and the queen from chess pieces. You would think he'd be easy to find, but not if he's got a mask that's covering up those identifications.
You talked about the family and friends. We've even seen a former jail employee arrested for allegedly helping these men escape. But as I said, you've still got 2 on the run. It has been days now. What's next? Where do investigators go? What do you think what questions are they asking right now?
Well, right now, Brooke, for these individuals, they are going to be looking in urban areas. It's so easy to hide out in urban areas that you know and understand. They're going to be in places that they have relatives or friends that are helping hide them, period.
I think for both of these escapes, I always wonder, of course, when we start seeing days and days go by, of course, that not only complicates things for the investigation, but do you think maybe in either of these cases, do you think that these men are where they escaped? Do you think that they have gone to different states? They are long gone.
Well, I don't know about long gone. I mean, the resources they typically have are quite limited. I don't think they've gone to Mexico or anything like that. But I see neighboring states, particularly Texas, maybe in Houston, Dallas areas, hiding in those environments that they know and understand and have friends or family, extended relatives that are helping them.
Okay, Jennifer Coffindaffer, thanks for joining us. Thanks for your expertise on this one.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.